you come into obstacles in everything that you do in life. Even when you get to yes.
Right, yeah.
When you get to yes, that's just to get you in the game.
Yeah, that's where the
now
real
I'm wide
work
open.
starts.
Yeah, this is where the real work starts. So now you drop the ball. You done fought for this yes and didn't do nothing.
At all.
You know? So you just have to be prepared to hear no, but already have a game plan for when your yes is here.
Right.
You know, whoever says yes, now I got to be ready.
That part. We so focused on, we got no's, then the opportunity come, we like, all right, what do I do?
What do I do?
Right. Peace, family. Will Roundtree here on the Full-Time CEO podcast, the shit they don't tell you, where I interview influential individuals, businessmen, businesswomen, moguls, entrepreneurs, legends, and everything in between. But today we have a very special guest. And as I often say, all my guests are special. One, because they came to the Full-Time CEO podcast, but two, because they're always doing something dope. And that's the thing. And the thing I love about entrepreneurship, the thing I love about visionaries is that they find something in their lane and then they just run with it. Not only do they run with it, they believe in it. They give their blood, sweat, and tears. That's like the epitome of entrepreneurship. You know, they say entrepreneur really is someone who's willing to risk it all. And this individual, I'm going to call him a legend in the making because he got some revolutionary stuff here today. So we definitely going to stamp the legend stamp on him.
Yes, sir.
We sitting here with the individual, definitely came up like most of us, humble beginnings.
Yeah.
Come out of L.A., California.
Out of Watts.
Out of Watts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Nixon Garden Project.
Man.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in that area. I'm
That's
from the
okay.
Midwest.
That's okay.
But I've always heard the stories. You know what's interesting? When I was younger and I would see videos of Los Angeles, I thought it was just all palm trees and beaches.
It ain't sweet like
it's
that.
not. As I become an adult and went to L.A. and Watts and Compton, it's not all sweet.
No, it's not sweet. A lot of it is, though.
Definitely is.
When you travel and move on the outskirts, a lot of it is sweet.
Well, I'll tell you what I mean by it's not all sweet. It'll be a neighborhood where it got some pretty houses.
Oh, absolutely.
But you will get robbed with those pretty houses. That's what I mean by it's not sweet.
Yeah.
Because in the Midwest, you know you in the hood. When you get to Watts and Compton,
now what part?
You definitely don't. Where at?
Where are you from?
Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sitting here with none other than Adrian, ADEE McCovy.
There we go,
man.
Baby.
Look, you got something that's it's crazy because one day I was driving.
Yeah.
And I get home, get out the car, get in the house, take my shoes off, and I look at the back of my heels.
Oh, well.
Now, I don't know if anybody's familiar with the Nike Sakai's. You know, it got the lip that stick out at the back. It will get dirty.
Yes.
Or you done bought a fresh pair of designer shoes and the bottom of the back of the heel is white.
Those
you done paid
ones.
about $1,500 for those. And then after the first wear, it's black.
It's black. and the thing about it is, you get in your car, you drive, you think your outfit is killing. But when you get out, it's like you've been running around kicking stuff because it's only one side of it's the driver's heel.
Yeah.
You know, and it started off for me, because I've always kind of been a sneakerhead, you know what I'm saying? So I've always take the shoes off, clean them, put them back in the box, stuff the paper back in them, do what we usually do. But I would start looking at the shoes and I was like, why is it black on the back? And then you start trying to see where it came from. And what it came from was the mats. My daughter had a pair of Air Force Ones. This is what drove me to create the product. She just started to drive, and every time her shoes would get dirty, she would put them on the kitchen sink.
Well, before you get into that story, you are the inventor of Heel Shield.
The Heel Shield, baby.
Shield.
The Heel Shield.
This is why I say we're going to stamp you with legendary, because I know a lot of people who are going to need this after they see this.
Man.
But your daughter inspired you to make this product.
And like you said earlier, you drop the grip, protect your kicks. It's real simple.
It really is.
And I was buying, two and three pair of Air Force Ones every 90 days because my daughter was wrecking the back of them.
Right.
So she would take them off and put them on the sink because I'm the shoe cleaner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I got tired of cleaning the back of her heels on the shoes, and I said, I got to come up with something to stop this problem.
Right.
And it's not just a problem where we thought it was. And, we see something, we're like, okay, I just dropped this down. I put a mat down, or I'll take my shoes off. People don't know it's a $500 fine if the police want to come up and see you with your shoes taken. That's a $500 fine.
I did not know that.
You know now.
Sheesh.
And being African-American, I can't get pulled over by the police. I got my shoes off now. I'm reaching down to put my shoes off.
It looks really bad.
Now it looks bad. Now he on high alert. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going to save your soul and your soul. You know what I'm saying?
That should be your
That's one of the slogans on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It came to the point to where I had to come up with something.
Definitely.
And then when you do the investigative work, that's where we don't, as consumers, we don't understand the depth of the product.
Right.
So now I got to see how to stop this. I just can't put a piece of plastic down on there, because now you got to investigate why it's happening.
Correct.
And that's the whole point. It's not dirt on the back of your heel.
Right. Wow.
It's ink from the mat.
From the mat.
So the ink releases when you rub your heels on the mat. Even though this mat is supposed to protect your shoes and protect the floor, it doesn't.
And that's why it soaks in the heel and makes
because it's an ink. And what does ink do? Ink adheres. You know what I'm saying? So it adheres. So it almost came up with two things. If you look at your mat right now, you have a groove.
Correct.
G-Wagons, Bentleys, foreigns, those mats are $500-$600. Easy. And I'm on the low end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at it like, now I got to buy a new mat. So what it does is it stops you from wearing the hole in your mat, so it saves your mat.
Right.
And it stops the mat from releasing the ink onto your shoe.
Wow.
So now you're protected both ways. And it's so simple, but you have to do the background work.
Right.
And this is where the CEO status comes
in. And we definitely going to get into all of that. As y'all say, this is why I say this is going to be a legendary product. I already know about 30 people I'm going to send this to for Christmas.
You already know.
All my sneakerhead friends and family.
Yes.
But before we get into that, AD, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
I read that you were a stand-up comic, or you do comedy.
I'm a stand-up comedian, bro.
So how does one go from comedy to coming up with this invention?
Everybody's a comedian.
I agree. In some form or fashion.
Especially
once you get a little liquor.
Absolutely. we see the best comedians at our family barbecues. You can't tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so we there with that. But shout out to Big Wayne.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My uncle, his dad.
Definitely.
He gave me a nickname at 3 years old of Funny. Because I used to reenact stuff.
Right.
He would send me on goofy missions, and we have fun with the family. So Funny was my nickname all the way till I was 11 years old, bro.
Wow.
And my aunt jumped in. She was like, "Hey, we can't keep calling him Funny."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That
could have a couple meanings. You know what I'm saying?
Then,
and I'm the lightest skinned dude in my whole family. I'm the only, as they say, white boy in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they flipped it to ADEE. You know what I'm saying? Short on Adrian. You know, but just growing up, going to dozens with my uncle, and it just brought that out of me.
Right.
And I just always wanted to get on stage, and my careers at first, didn't allow that. I played basketball, I was overseas, and then, coming back here and working the corporate job. So it didn't allow the time.
Right.
And one afternoon, we had some insurance clients, and we took them out to do karaoke.
Okay.
And we did karaoke, and everybody was laughing at a couple drinks, and the guy that ran the karaoke, shout out to Sean Burns, said, "Hey, come back Monday. We have a comedy show here."
Okay.
And I'd always wanted to do it.
Oh, wow.
So he said, "Come back Monday. I'll give you 3 minutes." And I went back Monday.
3 minutes a long time on the mic.
Bro, Sunday, before the Monday, I was rethinking the whole thing, because I was sitting up in the mirror and I was like, bro, that's only a minute. You know what I'm saying?
So they done told 7 jokes in
told
1
7
minute.
jokes in this 1 minute. You knocking. You know what I'm saying? So it came to the point to where I got on stage. I had a couple friends there. Actually, 20 people showed up, bro.
Wow.
Once they found out, I didn't know if they wanted to see me bomb or they was like, "Hey, this dude always been funny." You know what I'm saying? But I ended up doing 7 minutes, bro.
Wow.
Because I had a couple stories, that drug out.
Right.
And he invited me back.
Wow.
And once he invited me back, that bug bit. And, I'm juggling the insurance company. and doing the comedy, and I'm going out more and I'm going out more, and my love for the insurance is dying.
Right.
You know, because I'm like, this is fulfilling me.
Correct.
You know, it's not making a lot of money, but it's fulfilling me.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you'll find out anybody that's in the industry, if you don't love it,
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
I don't care what it's paying you.
I don't care what it's. We see unhappy billionaires, not millionaires.
Yeah,
we see unhappy
yeah.
billionaires. So if you can find something that justifies your life and gives you purpose and drive, that's for you.
No, 100%. And I often say that when you find something you're passionate about, opportunities create itself because of the drive and the love, and it's almost like when you know you're willing to do it for free.
Yes.
It just naturally comes to you, but you got to stick with it. And I think that is the biggest thing that a lot of people miss out on.
Yes.
Now, granted, we do jump into things for money because we still got to eat.
We still got to eat.
Most of us come out of survival mode from the neighborhoods we grew up in and whatnot. And so as you were, finding this new passion and in this new groove, was it easy for you? Because I know they say comedy is a hard industry to break into.
This is one of the, and this is where we had the previous conversation about if people knew what the beginning of it was, would they still follow, you know what I'm saying, their beaten path.
Right.
I wouldn't do it over. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. This is a hard game.
I think going for, and I don't even want to say success, because that's accomplishment of a mission or aim. But when you're looking to hit an apex of something, that can be difficult because it's a mental game more than anything.
Mental more than anything, bro.
Like, what were some of the pitfalls that you dealt with? Well, that you felt were like, let me rethink this shit.
It's 5,000 comics in LA.
Oh, that's just LA.
But this is where
I'm saying that's just LA. I know. Somebody was trying to
That's
travel.
why I just said this is LA.
Yeah.
So if you coming from Milwaukee, you coming from Texas, you coming from New York, you got to get in line behind 5,000. And it's always a connection. I was blessed to be able to have a partnership with Kevin Hart. We did Heart of the City, San Diego.
Okay.
That came about with me having the connections and working so strong in San Diego with that comedy scene that I could go to him and say, hey, you doing comedy everywhere else. Why haven't you come to San Diego? San Diego is the most beautiful city in the world. And Kev looked at me straight in my face and was like, bro, you ain't from San Diego, you from LA.
Right.
I said, yeah, but I work out here. If any hustler knows in hustler lingo, if it's a corner open, I'm gonna sell oranges.
Take over. Right.
I'm gonna go and make it happen.
Right.
San Diego was my lane. 5,000, 200. You tell me where your options are good.
Definitely. And
it ended up, paying off.
Okay.
It's more of what you believe in yourself and your stamina in the game.
That's a very key point. And even to the point about going to San Diego, you have a lot of times, and I call it the path of least resistance in life. Like, I always give this analogy. We go to an airport, it's 2 escalators going up. Everybody's on the escalator on the right. It's 5,000 people on that escalator, but it's 200 people on this one. Why do we not take that path? And I think when we're chasing our dreams, we do the exact same thing.
We do the same thing. And I want to adjust that for you.
Right.
You got 5,000 people on this escalator, and you got 5 people on the stairs. So that lets you know.
It's a harder path.
That lets you know.
You put in more work.
You put in more work. We going to the same spot, but you got to put in more work. But people will jump on that escalator.
Quick.
And that's not going, you're not going to get a benefit from that.
Right.
You are not going to get a benefit from that because you still stuck in options that's at the top that you could have got to because you're waiting behind people.
Right.
And you said the less resistance, you can't think it's going to be an easy way out.
It's definitely not. and I often equate it to like the game of baseball. Like, everybody wants to hit a home run on their first bat. You're a rookie and you want to hit 100 home runs in your rookie season, where it's like, I know people in baseball who's making hundreds of millions who only bunt the ball.
Single man.
So we have to look at our dreams and our goals the exact same way.
Yes.
Yeah, I may take the stairs. It may take me longer than you. But guess what? I've appreciated the journey. And a lot of the times I've learned things on the way to that apex that is going to help me to sustain myself once I get up there.
Yep.
And most people, because they've taken a fast path, now when they deal with adversity, they don't know how to deal with it. When they get a rejection, they don't know how to deal with it. When somebody steals from them, when somebody cancels on them, when their biggest contract we don't know how to deal with those things. And that's where that mental agility comes into play.
Yes.
So what were some of the things that helped you to go through those motions of that mental game?
Now we talking about comedy, or what are we talking about?
Just in period. Because
this,
it's a duality in both of the things that you do.
It is. That's why I just wanted to, make that clear. I'm from Watts, man.
We cut
and I tell people I'm built so different. Yeah. A lot of times people look at me and they're like, oh, the smooth taste fool you, the DeBarges, bro. Right. But I've been from the bottom. Half of my story is not even, we can't even tell half of it here.
Right.
I hit rock bottom. I was out of the game.
Let's talk about that for a second, AD. And here's why. There's something about hitting rock bottom that nothing else can teach you.
Bro.
Because now you have a different level of appreciation. When you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go. Once you've identified, okay, I've made the decision to do better. Yeah. Now let's do better.
Yeah.
So talk about that rock bottom, man. Because I think most people don't know what it feels like, and I'll tell you why. There's levels of rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an example. Let's say someone loses everything.
Yeah.
But then they can go and sleep on somebody's couch. That may not be rock bottom because that couch is still comfortable.
You still got a roof over your head.
You still got a roof over your head.
You still got people that believe in you.
So that may not be that person's rock bottom, which is why when you give them a 1-month ultimatum to get back on their feet, 2 years later, they still on that couch doing the same thing. So what was rock bottom for AD, man? And what was that turning point? That'll humble you.
5.5 years. Pushed up to 6 because another case was brought on me from the feds. I was in the States and they came and, wanted to come talk to me.
And those can stick.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm never coming home.
Right.
So you go from, being a successful basketball player, but you're still juggling the streets and success because back then, now, if this was 90, when I was a top-tier basketball player, it's totally different. Back then, I'm still living with my grandma. I'm in the streets halfway, Some stuff happens when you're in the streets, and I had to go sit down. And when I sat down, that was the worst time of my life because you can't do nothing.
Right.
I don't care what plans and dreams that you had. Fortunately, I've always been a super focused dude. I didn't get into the politics, even though where I grew up, associates you with a certain, group.
Right.
They knew where I was from, but they knew I had a purpose. And that's the funny thing about it, because even as black men, as gang members and stuff like that, if you...
It was a code back then.
It's a code. If you see a kid that, even if you're the same age, basketball was my outlook.
Right.
So people was like, the boy can ball. We not going to engulf him like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we like to see him ball too. You know what I'm saying? So did that time and I got out and I still pursued my basketball career. I transferred to a junior college right out of prison.
Okay.
And I was 23 at the time. I went in at 16.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got out, like I was, talking to my cousin Wayne earlier, they held me as an adult so that they could charge me. You know what I'm saying? To get the most time out of it. Because back then, the juvenile laws weren't as strong
as they are
now. But I got out, went to a junior college, had conditioned my body, playing basketball still, got a full ride to University of Missouri.
Wow.
Got to Missouri, couldn't do that.
Okay.
Because of clearinghouse situations and stuff like that. So I ended up having to go to Columbia College, which is a smaller school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a private school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's where it was brought to the, to the attention. That was my goal. Go to the University of Missouri, blah, blah, blah. Columbia College. Okay,
Right.
that's what it is. So finish up there, end up going to play overseas,
Okay.
and came back home, and now you got to work. But the struggle and the persistence is what my people saw. They saw I didn't stop. They saw I didn't give up because I can't. You know, if I give up, then what do we got?
Man, I often say when you master that battle of not giving up, it's inevitable to hit some form of success. It's like impossible not to achieve something. Now, of course, it's going to be a scale.
Yes.
And the level of success is subjective to whatever that person's definition is. But that's half the battle. Most people give up.
Mm-hmm.
And so what was it, do you think, about your mindset? Was it the people you had around you, your support system? Obviously, we know, in the neighborhoods, Watts, Milwaukee, like you mentally had to be tough just to endure the stuff that was going on in your atmosphere. But then it's still a certain mindset that you have to have not to deter in certain lanes. So where did that mindset, you think,
I just think because you look at it like, if you're smart enough to finish college or go to college. Right. So when I graduated high school, so when I got there, I didn't really have the same mentality because most people in jail, they don't have a high school diploma.
Okay.
A lot of guys are in jail because of, lack of education.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So I did have that. So I can't be a fool.
So your mindset was already different. Right.
I was already at the point to where, okay, I'm a plan. Okay. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. In prison, you'll find out that you can move. You can move.
Right.
If you move in the right way and you carry yourself the right way, you can move. Because these are humans in there too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you think about the COs, they assholes, stuff like that. If they take a liking to you or they see the way you move, you get some breaks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's kind of the same equivalent of when you're in the streets. It's a code when they be like, yo, we see something in you, we got to make sure we let him see this through.
Absolutely.
Right.
And the thing about it was, I was so deep in the street, a lot of the COs knew my folks on the out. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you build these relationships.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You build these relationships that you don't even think will cultivate into something else. And that's one of the ways that you can have a support group.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? If you always solid, people tend to support you. I know it's couches that I could go sleep on today.
Right, facts.
Because they like, he ain't gonna be here that long. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you when people see that you have it's a glow about you. When people work with you or they see you, they see something. You know what I'm saying? And we all get vibes. We all have, intuitions. It's people that we want to emulate, just bumping into the person that helped me start this.
Wow.
Coffee. Hey, what's up? Hey, because I'm a chipper dude.
Right.
Because I feel like my energy isn't a bad energy.
Right.
So I wear it.
Right. And I have this saying, I say, people attract people, money attract money, energy attracts energy. And I think that's so important that you mentioned that, and we'll segue into your product, that I often say a lot of these things are not taught about how to project that, speak and say hello, like little bitty things like that go a long way, and it really separates you. And as we're bumping into people gravitate because they feel that, because we live in a world of negativity. And so when you feel someone's energy, they're vibrating at a high level, people can sense that, and they could not even know you. They'd be like, you know what? I got something for you.
Man. Will, it's so funny you say that because, me and my cousin Wayne, we talk about it a lot.
Right.
When I walk into a room, I already have a presence. I'm 6'6", 250.
Right.
So I'm one of the first few dudes you see. You know what I'm saying? A barber told me in my junior year, I had a Jerry curl.
Right.
And he said, you need to cut this Jerry curl off, dog.
So hold on. We're not going to just let this pass. So you was hooping with a Jerry curl?
Yes. Remember,
you had an advantage.
So wait a minute. Yeah, But Will, I was Swaggy P before Swaggy P. So I went, shout out to my cousin John. He's Kevin Hart's barber.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been Kevin Hart's barber for 16 years. So me and John sit in the house, he just started to cut.
Right.
And I was like, I got to get rid of this curl, but I still want,
right.
You know,
I still want
some drip. So we shave the sides of my curl off, and we put lines in it. I'm before Swaggy P.
Oh, so this was prime time haircut.
I'm before
Remember
these cats.
The lines on the side.
I'm before Prime.
Right.
Prime didn't even have this.
Okay.
Prime had a regular, you know, curl. I had cut mine off. So when I came in, people was looking at me like, who is this? But that was the confidence. But the barber told me, you keep a fresh cut. You keep clean clothes on. You keep clean shoes. You can get any job, any chick that you want.
Perception. It's the presentation.
Never have I ever not had a cut.
Right.
You know, I'm bald now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Never did I not have a cut, try to edge my beard up, or stay with some clean clothes or some clean shoes on. Because when you first walk out of the door, it's always you. That's the first person they see. But I speak to everybody. Because as black men, first of all, we don't speak to each other, bro.
And that's why I say this is something that I think more dialogue needs to be had, because that's a lot of times half the battle. And not to take you off topic, but there's a story about how people have been able to their lives have been saved because indirectly someone spoke to them and made them feel a certain way, made them feel good. They were like, you know what? I didn't know if I was even wanted to make it through life after today, but just you saying, hi, how you doing? This is why when I text people, I'll ask, how you doing? Yeah. How are you feeling? Yeah. How is your mental? Yeah. Because as black men, we don't get asked those questions at all, man.
We don't. I can show you a text this morning, Will, and I don't mean to jump off subject.
No, you good.
Because this is where, and this is not, this is me and you know. So I hadn't talked to my boy since September 17th. Today is the 28th.
Right.
So I sent him a text.
Are you good? Yo,
hey, brother.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going through. But a lot of times when we're going through stuff as young black males, older black males, we're supposed to be so strong.
Yeah.
We won't even ask for help, and help might be right there. You know? And that's a shame.
It is.
And that's what I ain't never scared to ask for help. I ask for help and I might not need it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to know who's around me.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I may just ask you for help and don't need it. Yeah. So I want to know, you know, who's around me, because if I'm start giving out help and you wouldn't help me, that's not a good that's not a good combination
100%,
to be in.
100%.
You know? And that's what I look at. When I get up in the morning, bro, I speak to everybody. I speak to the old white dude watering the grass. Right. I speak to the lady already clutching her purse, you know what I'm saying, at the grocery store. You know, because when they leave, they be like, man, that was.
Yeah, it messes people up.
You know, really I'm grabbing my purse and he was coming to open the door for me. And I don't even press you on it, lady. Right. You know, because I know when you see Will or you see Wayne, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be like, you're going to think twice. Yeah. Now it's a 60-40 chance that you let your guards down. They still gonna keep them up. They born on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point about being a male and speaking to other brothers, man. You know?
And so even just based off of that, it's no wonder why you've had the level of success, because you emit good energy.
Yes.
And those things are gonna come to you. So going to the point of your product, Heel Shield, man, I can't wait to even use this. I got some shoes that I know I can start back wearing now.
That you can, absolutely.
And so how did this idea come to fruition outside, you know, your daughter getting the Air Force Ones and all of that?
The clean shoes was always the start.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you figure it out. You know, my cousin Wayne's been an inventor, creator for a long time, but I had the idea for 6 years. But how do I get this out of my head onto paper, onto production?
Right.
I'm at a coffee shop in Claremont, California. Meet a young lady that I speak to out of our realm.
Right.
Patty, I don't even want to put your age out there. Patty's a little bit older than me.
Okay.
She's sitting there having coffee. We have a conversation. Hey, what do you do? Well, I'm an import-export. What do you do? I'm a stand-up comedian. So now the conversation is good.
It's flowing, right.
Yeah. So what do? Oh, I create products for Marshalls. I create products for Burlington. You create product. I got this product that I've been in my head for 6 years.
Wow.
Well, what is it? I said, it protects your shoes. She was like, oh, okay. She said, well, come to my office Monday and we can sketch up something for you. So I was like, yeah. So I go into the office. I'm explaining to her. She has no idea. I don't get it. So I said, call your son. Does he wear shoes? She said, yeah. So she calls her son, gets on the phone with him. Hey, I got this kid here. He's trying to put this together. It's called the heel shield or protect for shoes from get black. Do you put a towel? How do you? He said, I don't wear my shoes. She said, why? Because it gets black on the back of them. She said, bye.
Wow.
Hung up.
Wow.
Now what do you want? She already had it because this is her field. This is her field. If I came to you and say, Will, how do I put a podcast together?
Right.
Oh, say less. Put it together. Made a sample in-house.
Okay.
Won't explain how that was done.
Right.
You know. Sent it to China. They replicate everything.
Literally.
It didn't come back what it is now. And she told me that. She was like, it's not going to come back. It started off with straps.
The first one doesn't.
Yeah, it started off with straps. Well, I got all of them. It started off with straps. Look like an octopus. I said, ain't nobody going to buy this. Ain't nobody going to buy this. It looks like a straight jacket. You know what I'm saying? So no. So over the time, it evolved into what it is now. You know, 7 different shippings back and forth, you know what I'm saying, to a foreign country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At $70 a shipment because this is during the pandemic.
Right. Stuff was high.
Stuff was high.
Right.
It's still high now.
Right.
So this is when you're seeing 20, 30 containers waiting to get into Long Beach out, just sitting on the water. You know what I'm saying? My little sample is in that.
One of those.
In one of those.
Right.
You know? So we finally got it to where it is now.
Okay.
Then I started bouncing the big box brands. No. What is it? No. So I got Foot Locker on the hook.
Now, before you get to the Foot Locker story, let's talk about these no's.
Oh, yes.
People are scared to hear no.
No is yes.
That's what I be telling people. And it's interesting because
no is yes.
It's like this. If we had the ambition of a child, they don't even know the word no. I don't care how many times you tell little Johnny or Kevin or Ray, get off the couch. No, stop jumping. They gonna do it. But what I've learned is that we've instilled fear in them by telling them no to everything. That's why I think a lot of people, when we hear no, we're like defeated.
You look at being in sales early in my life. You know, I mean early.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You tend to learn how to deal with personalities.
Right.
Whether it be Sean on the west side, Keith on the north side, or Jimmy on the east side. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same product. How do you get it? How do you get the yes?
Right.
And the yes is the relationship that you build.
A lot of times.
Be able to take the no.
Sometimes
Will, let me come on the show,
with
Will.
the no.
Will, let me come on the show. Nah, man, blah,
Right.
blah. All right, Will, you doing good? Okay, yeah. Hey, Will, you got any options? Nah, man. Okay, cool. Hey, Will, you got any spots? Nah. All right, keep it moving. You may be laying up in the bed one day.
You get that call.
Hey, AD, I got a slot for you, bro. My man. Because it's about how you accept the no.
Yeah.
It's not the no. It's what you do with the no.
I often say no just means not right now.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
No with no you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and that's facts.
Right.
But I've never, you come into obstacles in everything that you do in life. Even when you get the yes.
Right, yeah.
When you get the yes, that's just to get you in the game.
Yeah, that's where the
now
real
wide
work
open.
starts.
Yeah, this is where the real work starts. So now you drop the ball. You done fought for this yes and didn't do nothing.
At all.
You know? So you just have to be prepared to hear no, but already have a game plan for when your yes is here.
Right.
You know, if Foot Locker, Kohl's, whoever says yes, now I got to be ready.
That part. We so focused on, we got no's, then the opportunity come, we like, all right, what do I do?
What do I do?
Right.
You know, and again, I have a small joke that we always talk about is when we see Jehovah's Witness,
Right.
I hope I'm not offending nobody. You know, when we see Jehovah's Witness, as people that are non-Jehovah's Witness, we go hide.
We're trained to say
We're
no.
trained
a lot
to
of
say
times.
no and
Yeah,
hide, right?
Yeah.
One morning I was like, you know what? Come on in and talk to me, champ.
Right.
I'll give him a bottle of water. I'll keep a bottle of water. We sit down on the couch. I pop the bottle of water up. You know, I'm ready to hear what he got to tell me because he's been coming by my house for 2 years.
Mm.
Say, what's up, bro? He said, man, I ain't never got this far.
Wow. He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying, bro? He ain't even ready.
So he was trained to do
He was
this.
trained to do
He
this.
wasn't ready.
He done been my block 2 years in a row. He finally get in.
Right.
Man, I ain't never got this far. So you wasn't ready.
Wow.
You gotta be ready, Will. Take the nose
Right.
and be ready. You know what I'm saying? Have your product in line. Make sure all the code, you know what? They don't understand how many codes and warning labels that California has, all over has. It's a lot of, you just can't buy this and put it in the store.
Mm.
It's rules, it's codes, it's trademarks, copyrights,
Right.
you know?
Where did you learn a lot of that? Because I know there's a lot of people who are wanting to create and invent products, and we assume, oh, I'll just buy something and put it on social media.
No. That will, and I don't want to say it will fail.
Right.
I've been blessed. Patricia Lunas. She was brought into my life by God because she was already experienced in the game. And when I meet anybody, whether you're 9 years old or 99 years old, I absorb what you got to give me.
Right.
I've been blessed to have 2 grandmas that live over 95 years.
So you've been around wisdom.
I've been around wisdom
all your life.
You know what I'm saying? So I've had a church grandma and I had a hood grandma.
Right. So you definitely got both
So
perspectives.
I'm well-rounded both perspectives. I got one that'll pray for you and one to shoot you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's again, it's not just what we think.
Mhm.
It's what goes into it. And this is another reason why you fall off. Because you go, oh, I gotta get this copyright, I gotta get this trademark, I gotta get packaging, I gotta make sure the packaging don't kill nobody.
Right.
I gotta get a UPC. I gotta make sure that the packaging is right. You know, to the average person with no patience, that's not gonna work.
At all.
It's not. You just think that you can go pick this up. Okay, I'm gonna draw this on a piece of paper, bro. It's a certain kind of plastic that you need for you to see through this.
Mm.
It's a certain, so it won't rip.
Right.
It's so much stuff that goes into creating that you have to be bought in on your idea.
Right. And that's why I say too, like, it's the intangibles that gives you the success. It's the intangibles that get you the tangible. But we've only focused on the tangible. Let me just hurry up, get the product out.
Yeah.
Let me hurry up. As opposed, and then the obstacle becomes, man, I got to do all that. It's going to cost me this, that. And I'm like, it's an opportunity cost of doing business, period. No different than you had to pay to get your LLC.
Your LLC.
It's the cost of doing business.
You know?
And
they don't understand, and this is where I'm glad that you put this on where people can see it.
100%.
You know, you have outlets now. You can contact Will. You can contact me.
Right.
You know, and I'm getting to the point. My cousin Wayne has branched off into something that we didn't think he was going to do.
He's a plug.
He's a plug. You know what I'm saying?
My brother Wayne,
and I thought I was the plug because
Right.
they a guy in Chicago, one of my close friends. I don't know if you're familiar with Worldwide West.
Yes.
Okay, so he called me for anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he ended up giving me the moniker.
Okay.
ADEE Worldwide because I could get you anything.
Right.
So it's to the point to where when you find somebody that has the knowledge, don't be prideful. Hey, bro, how did you do this?
Right.
How did you know to make it this size? How did you know to do this, bro? I had to measure. This is straight across from the gas pedal to the brake. So both of your heels can rest on this. It's mathematics. It's failing. It's cutting it the wrong way, you know. But if you have somebody that you can reach out to, it won't speed up the process, but it'll help you.
It'll mitigate
It'll mitigate some of the liabilities, bro.
And I often say that it's ego that keeps us from hitting those levels because it's like, man, I don't want to call Wayne. He might tell everybody my business.
It's my little cousin.
That's the ego part too.
That's
that we
the
can
ego
look at.
part. No.
Yeah, it's like we got to get out of that.
This is a mixed white woman. You think she was Jewish, red hair.
Right.
When we walk into places together, they be like, what the hell is this? But again, this is who had the information and I reached out to.
Right.
Most guys were like, man, no, hey, how do you do that? Can you help me? Yeah. It's all a fee. You're gonna pay. You're
gonna pay somebody.
You're gonna pay somebody.
You're gonna either pay them for the info or you're gonna pay in the mistakes.
Bro, she walked me through the whole deal. She said, you don't want it to be ADEE Worldwide. You don't want it to be dealing with comedy. It's a whole new company, Red Crown Products. This is not affiliated with nothing else but your brand.
Yeah, because the people will judge the product based off of your association, who you are as a comedian.
I told Wayne I didn't even want to come on. I've been behind this.
Right.
This is me. Because us as a people, that shit ain't nothing.
Right.
Oh, that ain't nothing but a.
Yeah, that's equivalent to saying, "Oh, I see you got your little product."
Your little product, the little product. You a little comedian. I see you telling your little jokes.
Like, but it's paid me little millions.
Yeah,
you know,
or pay me little revenue.
We gotta, and I stop people quick when they say stuff like that.
You know what's so crazy? 80% of the people don't know that they hating on you.
That's true. That's why we got to correct them.
You have to correct them.
Got to correct them.
Because if I said, I see you with your little outfit on, you're going to be offended. I see you with your little jewelry, you're going to be offended. But my little jokes and my little shoot thing, you still doing comedy? This is what I chose to do.
Right.
It's my life. You still breathing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care if I'm not on Kevin Hart's level or Dave Chappelle's level. This is what I love to do.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But it's put me in so many positions to be able to create this.
Yeah.
To move in and meet you. To help you do something if you needed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, when he told me about it and I Googled it and I looked out, I said, oh, that's fly.
Appreciate that.
Because he talking real CEO stuff.
Right.
And just when you say CEO, don't think of Apple. Don't think of Windows. I'm a CEO.
Facts.
He a CEO. You a CEO of what you create, what you put together, Will.
Yeah. No, real talk. Because I say CEO isn't even just the title of your position. It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
You have to feel, breathe, walk, talk. You got to become.
When we were setting up the corporation, I didn't even want to be on there. Because I feel like people will see me and it'll devalue. Just because people tend to build hate when they know that it's sad.
Right.
You know, and I don't want to peg, anything.
No, but these are real dialogues.
That is sad. Yeah. I don't even on the sites.
Right.
I don't show my face.
Right.
Because I don't want it to alter what it is.
Right.
Is Adrian gonna get the job or is Ray gonna get the job? That's how corporate America is.
Right.
A lot of times I'm like, hey, Cakes, and I call Patty Cakes. I'm like, hey, Cakes, you got to take that in there. Because if I go in there right now, they gonna think it's some rap shit.
Yeah. No, and that's why I say business is about perception. But that's where those relationships come in and that's something that a lot of people don't know how to curate because they don't know how to talk to each other. And so even when I'm doing my trainings and working with my clients, so even if a person comes in and they want to learn about business with me, we don't even talk about business concepts. We're talking about how do you think?
Yeah.
Where's your mind at? Yeah. What are your goals? Because these are the things that we have to overcome before we can even learn how to run a business.
Yeah.
Because it's all mental, it's all mindset, it's all perception. And if we understand that, hey, sometimes we got to have other representation and be able and be okay with having partners but we can't even do that because we don't even know how to say hello to each other. So all of this plays a part in that. This is why, And this is why I love what I do with this show is that it's really me just having a dialogue and being able to share it with the world, the convos that we typically have in the barbershop, but that other people don't get a chance to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the power in this. And I say the reason, when Wayne first brought, going back to Wayne, him being a plug, it'll be some super random. I'm like, let me see if Wayne got somebody for this.
Absolutely.
And so I told him I was looking for somebody. And as soon as he told me, I was like, I got to have him on.
Yeah.
Just because I know, like, this is one, if you're a sneakerhead, you're going to want this.
Bro, if you're a sneakerhead, you have to have this.
Because now you're protecting an investment because the sneaker culture is now an investment.
Bro, you can't I remember when I first started balling, I balled in the threes.
Okay.
They was 110, 120.
Right.
Dudes was like, you balling in those?
Right.
Yeah, but that's why I paid for them. Like even my top stock that I have now, I wear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. I'm gonna clean it up and put it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sneaker head, but I ain't a sneaker dead head. You know what I'm saying? I rock mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you rock yours, now you gotta protect them because they're not just sitting in the box anymore. And the most wear and tear you get on your shoes, believe it or not, bro,
in the car.
Is in the car.
Trust me. I got 3 pair of Sakai's I want to throw away.
Yeah.
I've worn probably 3 times.
3 times.
But yeah, it's true, man.
You and then you look at it too is I hate it so much that you don't even want to put your face on it. That's and I keep reverting back to that because I'm like, with our people, we'll buy from Gucci. We'll buy from Versace, but we ain't gonna buy from Tyrone. So I'm like,
Tyrone's product quality is better.
Because it's handmade and it's thought out, and it's from your culture. My thing is, I hate that I have to trick you. And I look at it like, okay, do I start putting it on my page, on my face? Because if you go to my page, I really don't have it there.
Right.
And that lets you know because I don't want people to think that it's a fad. Because we get people to be like, oh, wasn't you doing comedy? Oh, yeah.
Judging you based off of,
Oh, wasn't you doing this? Oh,
oh, you done fell off and now you got, not knowing, how come I just can't own multiple things?
You don't say that to Kev.
At all.
You don't say that to Dave. He up there selling 3 million packs of Camels every time he light up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But again, when they, and this is the problem, and you'll recognize this too, Wayne, when they feel like they're equal with you. If they don't think they can do it.
Oh, 100%.
They don't think that you can
It's the equivalent when people say, oh, so what do you do for a living? They sizing you up.
Yeah.
So same thing when it comes to products and business and it's like, half the people who have an opinion, they don't even have an LLC. They don't even have a business. They don't even have a personal bank account.
They don't have a horse in the race. When you're talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what these are the things that you have to fight along with, $25,000 in product just sitting.
Yeah.
And you're trying to move it.
Yeah. And that goes to the part where people don't understand, because see, they'll see the products, they'll see you on stage, they be like, oh, he think he better than people. But they don't know what you went through to get there. They don't know the millions of bad samples that you got that you still had to pay for.
I still had to pay for. And I still got them.
So people don't get that part. So for someone who is looking to whether it's an invention or going to showbiz or even just business, what is something that you could share with them that people may have an unrealistic expectation? Because even just from the showbiz side, they'll see you on TV and think you got millions.
Bro, we hungry as a hostage. You know what I'm saying? This is a real hustle. Comedy is a real hustle.
Yeah.
I can bring 7 different comics over here and you'll get 7 different answers.
Right.
You'll get 7 different backgrounds. You'll get, how do people move, 7 comics in one house. You know, it's always the real world with them, you know, because it's always real. Now you're fighting for stage time, you know. So you have to separate yourself. And what I did in the comedy game was when I saw that it was 2,000 people on the escalator, I didn't even get on the stairs. I created a shuttle. So what I did was I said, look, you trying to get up there to get on stage, I got one you can get on over here. So my name started ringing because I started producing shows too. It gives me more time on stage, and then it gives me the chance to open up doors. I got 2 of the biggest internet, Instagram, TikTok sensations that I started.
Wow.
AD, let me get on stage. Come on. Oh, I ain't ready today. Yes, you are. Get on stage.
Right.
My boy Big Jock to the max. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Craig Fax, the Roast King.
Oh, wow.
These are my guys.
Wow.
These are dudes that I cultivated in my camp. Not asking for nothing, giving them an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And when I see them, I smile.
Right.
You know? And you look at it that way. If somebody wanted to say, hey, I got an invention that I don't know how to start it, hit me up.
Right.
I got you.
Right.
We'll go back and forth. Of course, it ain't for free.
That part. Say that part one more time.
It ain't for free. I ain't gonna beat you over the head.
Right.
But
your time is valuable.
But I still have to establish a budget because if I give it to you for free, then you're not gonna value the information that I give you.
At all. At all. And I call that exchanging at a level of abundance.
Yes.
When we learn how to do that, life will actually change because people will want to reciprocate that. They be like, man, AD he went out of his way for me. I got to return it some kind of way.
Some kind of way. My thing is like I told Wayne, we sit and we talk. If you do something and you a good dude and they do something or somebody does something, when I go into a room and opportunities present themselves, you might as well been in the room. Because I'm gonna be like, hey, oh, you know, my cousin did that.
Right.
Oh, my boy will do that.
Right.
Oh, I know a cameraman. Oh, I know a location. I've never covered my homework. I never.
And we shouldn't have to.
No.
You know, it doesn't take any fire away from my flame to light your torch. So why would I not want to? Because now we can go in with a much more powerful flame. And now we both have you know, magnified the room. Bro. And we have to start to adopt that type of mindset, man.
The thing is, and this is where we come into play. I'm not judging anybody.
Right.
You have to calculate your circle. Can I win with this person? I love them to death.
Right.
But can I win with them? You know, if I got the popping right now, could I give them a project and they would really finish it? Or if I got the popping right now and I gave them a project, they'd be thinking that, oh, that should have been me. So you have to look at that also. Yeah. And you may have to look outside of your normal vision. And that's the scary part because we already don't trust us. And we really seen how the others do us. So to have that trust, you still have to step out on the limb.
And that's why I say we have to become human again because we have to understand that, one, you're going to deal with people who going to finesse you.
Yes. You're going to lose.
You're going to lose somewhere.
Bro, you going to lose.
Yeah, but figure it out early.
Yes.
Figure it out early. No, Earl, we lost 3 years ago, so you can't come back.
Absolutely.
But that's the part I think people are scared to even make that attempt. They're like, oh, no, let's figure this out together.
Yeah.
Oh, this don't work? All right.
No.
I love you, but we can't exchange at that level.
Yeah. And the thing is, you have to be willing to go Black Hawk down.
Right.
What I mean by that is to get lost. You know? Hey, I ain't seen you in a minute. Oh, man, I'm just grinding.
All right.
You ain't got to give no information. I'm just grinding. But what that's saying is, bro, I'm working. And unfortunately, you ain't, you know what I'm saying, a part of it. I done gave the text. We got famous cousins that I text and don't hit back. So that lets you know that, hey,
that's part of the process, and we learn and don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal, my guy. You know what I'm saying? But you have to learn to separate yourself, bunker in your hole, and understand that nothing that you do that's worth anything is going to be easy, bro.
Ever.
If it's easy to you, the next man can do it.
Man, I remember when my son was a baby, and I'm sure everybody who has children experienced this. And I remember seeing him fall as he's trying to learn how to walk. And I'm like, this is hard for him.
Mm-hmm.
So something as natural as walking is difficult for somebody who's first trying to learn how to walk. So how could we go into a business where we have no knowledge of?
None.
We know nothing about accounting, legalities, product, copywriting, and we think it's going to be easy. We've never made $1 million. We have no reference points of success, but we think it's supposed to be easy. And we get one no, we get one rejection, one person finesses, and we just give up. It's going to be difficult. And I say, pick your heart. This path is hard of trying to hit your goals and dreams. Also is being poor hard.
Yeah. And having a family with it.
And having a family with it. Pick your heart.
Pick your heart.
Like, all of it is going to be tough, man.
One of the things that people fail to realize is you may see Jay-Z, and I like to use our people. You may see Kevin Hart.
Right.
They didn't do it by themselves, bro.
At all.
I know members of both of those teams, and they lean on their team. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said, you have to cultivate it and put it together where you know it's solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And once you know that, and those people have to believe in you too.
That is true.
If you got a dude that's what you like, man, you know what I'm saying? You need to hurry up and get that dude up out of there.
Right.
Because your airplane will never get off the ground.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Get those people around you that's right, whether who it be. But if you don't talk to people or you don't network, my tax person, she is a monster.
Definitely got to have one of those on the team.
And she don't let nothing slip through. I introduced her to Patricia, to Patty. Mm-hmm. Now I got 2 females that they not gonna let me falter on no. If I hit some money, we covered.
Right.
You're not coming to take mine, the tax man and the Fed. You're not coming to do that because they're setting me up the right way.
Right.
I didn't go to school for that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know it all. Don't think when you see Jay-Z or Kevin Hart, they know it all.
People, yeah.
They got people.
I call it your A-team of success.
It's your A-team, bro.
Like the people who help make you look great. Your tax person, your lawyer, you got a personal trainer. Like all of these people play a role in being
your significant other.
You got to choose
somebody
right.
that holds your back.
You got to choose right.
That makes sure that you good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get all these no's, you got to go back and talk to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, that should have drive you crazy.
It'll drive you crazy. But if you got somebody that's saying, "Nah, babe, you good.
You got this.
Or I got you. You need $50?"
It make a big difference, man.
It make a big difference,
It make a huge difference, man. Well, no, man. Well, I definitely had a great time. I think that bigger than the product and your success in showbiz, people really just getting an opportunity to see that, one, you're human.
Yeah.
Because they look at someone who's successful and they're like, oh, he got a break or he know nepotism. Like, no, you still went through your challenges and your ups and downs and the mindset and all of that. So what would be one thing that you would share with people who is on the path of just finding their greatness? What is something that you would share with them?
I tell people that I talk to when they see me moving or they see me doing this or doing that, I got a couple of younger comics that, that call me too. I never quote people, and I don't really know Nip's music like that, but Nip said something in one of his verses, and you might be able to adjust it. Or in the interview, he didn't know where it was going, but he kept going.
That's half the battle.
That's half of the battle. You don't know where it's going to end up. You don't know what the outcome is. But if you stop, it won't be an outcome.
Ever.
So if you figure you have an idea, you have a talent, and you know in your heart that you in the top 10 of that, because we all think that we the best.
Right.
You know, but the difference between you being the best and them being the best is they kept working at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you find something that you love or you like, you need to pursue that. You know, I'm not telling you to quit your job tomorrow. Don't be calling me saying, AD, I need to borrow 50 because you told me to quit, you know, Checkers or Hardee's, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever the, you know, whatever the
Right.
fast food joint
Right.
is. No, find your lane and put all your extra resources in. I don't care if it's $1, $3, or whatever it is, and make that your goal. Make that, this is how I'm gonna stop working. You know, whether it's a struggle or whatever, but one thing you can't do, you can't accept no's and you can't stop, you know, and that's the main thing, bro.
Right.
If you can stick those in your heads and get, you know, get your outer shell and be able to take no's and take people laughing at you, take people not, you know, people looking at you, it's like, man, ain't nobody gonna buy that. I'm like, all right, cool. And I had a close friend tell me that.
I'm pretty sure he bought one.
I'm pretty sure he trying to copyright it or do something. You know what I'm saying? Cats will tell you no just so that they don't feel like they ride. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my thing is, if it's something that you love and something that you know, just keep going because just go for it,
Definitely.
bro.
No, that's an important lesson, man. So how can people pick one of these up? Because
Man,
I'm sure it's
bro,
people need them today.
They need them today.
Right.
And once this drops, you can go to buyheelshield.com, buyheelshield.com. And you can order them. I do have different packages too for a certain price. And I started off when I talked to two people in the industry.
All right.
I'm not gonna tell you the big box brands
Right.
thing. They said I started this off too low.
Mm.
And you know what I told them?
What's that?
This is the price I want them to buy it at. You know,
That's
I had
some real CEO talk right there. You know what I'm saying?
Wayne actually called me because I was telling him two for a certain price. He was like, "Why are you discount something that don't nobody have?" I went to my market people and was like, "Hey, pull that off."
Right.
Pulled it right off.
Wow.
Because you can't get it, and I already had it priced generously. But again, I had started looking at the shortcuts. I had started having a vision what somebody else thought.
Right.
Don't cut my beard the way you want to wear it, bro.
Right. Period.
Cut it the way I want it
You
done.
want it too.
You know, don't give me no chin strap. I want a beard.
Right.
I want a man beard. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole thing, bro.
Right.
Buyheelshield.com, the Heel Shield on all social media platforms, and shoots. Hit Will up. You know what I'm saying? Will got him. Will got him for the low. You know what I'm saying? Let's get him out there, man.
No, definitely, man. Well, I appreciate it, AD, man. Been a dope interview. I told y'all, look, we bring some of the dopest people on the Full-Time CEO podcast. You're going to hear shit that nobody else is going to tell you. So make sure y'all follow my brother. Make sure, and even if you're not going to support him, just say what's up to him and all that. Because I'm telling you, as entrepreneurs, as CEOs, as investors, even somebody just saying, yo, keep going, champ. That goes a long way.
People don't realize, like, if I come off the stage and somebody be like, man, good set, bro.
Right.
Man, you was funny.
That energizes you.
I don't need you to do nothing else to me.
You ain't got to buy nothing from me.
Nothing
Just
from
let me
me,
know
bro.
that I affected you positively.
Absolutely.
And because as men, we don't compliment each other.
Bro.
So it's like...
Bro, I think me and Wayne or me and somebody said, I was like, man, we don't say hi and we don't say, man, you look good.
Right.
Because our society is so strong,
so brute,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm supposed to mug you all day.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And you tell a brother he look good. Hey, that's a nice shirt.
Right.
Where you get it from or whatever it is, man. Just keep doing that. Keep supporting. Keep following your dreams, man, and just keep going, bro.
Hey, I couldn't have said it no better. So make sure y'all follow my brother. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff. And until then, I'll see you on the other side. Peace.